An international trip 2 years ago meant to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a Muskegon couple that never happened.
Not only was it shuttered by the pandemic, but getting a refund for her husband, who's now deceased, has been an uphill battle. 13 on your side's Trevier Gonzalez joins us live. He met with the woman last month. Trevier, has anything changed?
Yeah, Jay, I would have to say no. Call after call has been the same story, and it's something I saw for myself. Now, Pamela Hunt is trying to get $500 in flight credit from Priceline. Now, that money has essentially been in limbo, and when she ended up rebooking, that same flight ended up costing about $1,000 more. Now, she's hoping to be compensated for that, but similar to that previous experience, she really doesn't see that this is going to be going anywhere.
It was back in 2020 when Pamela Hunt and her husband Greg had planned to fly out to the Dominican Republic for a wedding. They had booked through the travel agency Priceline, but once COVID-19 had been declared a pandemic, their flights through Delta Airlines were canceled. They weren't directly refunded, but given flight credit. 2 years later, her world changed.
We thought that when we were ready to take the flight, we'd be able to take the flight, because we'd already paid for it. Unfortunately, my husband had passed in the meantime. And my daughter decided to go with me.
COVID-19 had not only caused her original trip to fall through, but also took Greg away from her. A trip once priced at $949 had since been marked up by an additional $1,000. Though Hunt was able to apply her flight credit from 2020, her late husband's credit was a different story.
Delta sent me an email, said, hey, send us death certificate, a flight information, all that kind of stuff, and we'll send the refund back. I did that. In March, they sent me an email saying they refunded the money, but unfortunately, because I paid it through Priceline, they had to refund it to Priceline.
For 9 months, Hunt's been trying to get her money back. Every phone call she makes starts from square one, and every time, it goes nowhere.
I get run around to this department, that department. I have to explain my situation over and over again, give confirmation numbers, all this kind of stuff. I'm so frustrated every time I talk to them.
It was back in July when Hunt was told she would get a refund in 15 days. To this very day, Hunt says she hasn't seen a penny.
They're a multi-billion-dollar company, and they couldn't pay me a measly $474.50. They would make me go through this ordeal. So I'm at the point where I've paid now an additional $1,000 on top of that to go on this flight. I feel like they should pay me that plus my flight back.
On the same day we met with Hunt, 13 on Your Side contacted Priceline's press team online. Our questions went unanswered. We tried calling customer service with Hunt. After being shuffled between service reps and being on the phone for more than an hour, Hunt was eventually told she would be contacted within 5 business days. After 4 weeks, Hunt says that call never happened. Despite months of frustration, Hunt says this is a fight she won't stray away from.
I'm not a person that gives up. It was my money, I paid for it, and I should be refunded for it.
I also contacted several customer service representatives via Twitter. Now, they didn't give us a clear answer and actually redirected us to the same number we've called many times before. Now, Hunt says she has also reached out to a consumer protection company, but she ended up not moving forward with them because in order to receive that assistance, she had to give a percentage of her deceased husband's credits in order to move forward, and that's just not something she wanted to do. In Grand Rapids, Trevier Gonzalez, 13 on Your Side.